Hey friends, it's Amy Dub, the Keto Queen. I'm in the kitchen, home from work. And guys, if this is your first day back to work after the New Year holiday, give me some hands up. I hope you had a great day. Mine was extremely busy, but that was absolutely figured. That was absolutely given. I knew I'd be busy today after being off work so many days in a row. Guys, as you're coming on, let me know where you're watching from and if you are new to the page. I want to know if you're new to the page. Maybe you've only been following a few months, maybe just a few weeks. I just am curious how many of you are actually new to the page. Guys, we're making a super easy, delicious dinner tonight. I mean, so easy. I'm so looking forward to it. We're making a Philly cheesesteak, and I like to make my Philly cheesesteak using ground beef. It's much cheaper, yes, I know. Nothing's really cheap right now, but it's still cheaper than actual steak. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to put it together. When you come home from a busy day at work, it's so easy to get distracted on your health goal. It's so easy to come up with excuses as to why you didn't eat healthy or you're too tired to cook, those kinds of things. So I always like to cook easy, simple, low carb or keto meals, and I'm fixing to show you one of the easiest ones that me and Ricky really enjoy a lot. Let me wipe this out real fast. So if you're like me and you're a working woman, or you stay home but you take care of everything in the house, your family, and you're just a busy woman, I would love to see some hearts, because there are so many of us that just got so much going on that it's really hard to stay focused on our health goals as far as our food options. And what I'd like to help every single person who's new to this page, or maybe somebody who's been watching who's never really reached out to ask, I would love to get you getting started information. So guys, if you're like me, you're like, look, I don't even know where to start. I just need some simple tips to change my health in 2023. Put getting started in the comments, and I'm gonna send you some simple tips. And guys, when you look at them, you're gonna be like, that's it. Guys, it works. Simple things to actually change your health over 2023. It works. I've been doing this for almost 5 years. I love the way I live. I love the way I feel. And I would love to help you guys get started. So if you're new here, put new here. And guys, if you want getting started tips, if I've never sent them to you before, my old friends, I haven't changed anything. It still works. So I hope you're doing the same thing, because I'm doing the same thing. But if you need those tips, put getting started in the comments, and I'm going to send you some getting started tips. And let's talk about what we're doing tonight in the kitchen. Guys, we're making a simple dish because I've got a lot to do. I'm very tired after a very busy day going back to work after the holidays. And I've got to pack. I'm leaving at like 3 o'clock in the morning just a day from now. So I've got to pack clothes. Y'all are not going to believe where I'm going. I love to go where it's warm, right? I love to go to the beach. I love to travel. But I'm going to a freezing cold place. So I've got to figure out what in the world I'm going to pack. And because of that, I just want to make a simple meal. So we're making a Philly cheesesteak. I've got some ground beef. Now, I love to make this with ground beef. I've got ground beef, and what I did is just cook that up in the skillet, and I seasoned it with my Flavor God seasoning that I like. Now, you can use any kind of taco seasoning or fajita seasoning. I love this one. I'm going to show a picture to you. This is not required. You don't have to go out and buy something special. But I want to show you what I do use for taco seasoning. It's called Taco Tuesday from Flavor Gods. You would actually order it from their website, Flavor Gods website. And I love the Taco Tuesday. Now, I don't love all of their seasonings, but I really do like the Taco Tuesday. I'm going to show it to you in just a second. But guys, it's so simple. You just brown your ground beef, season it with whatever taco seasoning you like. Now, there's a lot of low carb and keto friendly seasonings that you can mix up yourself. That's what I used to do, and it was no problem. It's easy to do, but I just fell in love with this one. I like it, and I don't have to worry about mixing it. So yes, you can call me lazy all day. I don't mind. I am lazy when it comes to making my seasonings. So Flavor Gods Taco Tuesday, I really enjoy it. Again, it's not a requirement for you to go out and purchase this. Take a picture real quick. But if you want a good taco seasoning that has no sugar, I love this one. Now, again, you can make your own seasonings absolutely fine. There's lots of recipes online. You just go to Google and say, hey, keto friendly taco seasoning. And I promise you will get 4 or 5 different recipes that you can use. So the next step, guys, we put that ground beef in a 9x13 casserole dish. The next step is to melt some butter in a skillet or a big pan. This is a big skillet. And now we're going to cook some veggies. So I'm making a Philly cheesesteak. Some people just put onions and Philly cheese. I like onions and peppers. And I personally like orange and red peppers. I like green peppers too, but I really like orange and red peppers. And we are now just gonna saute these vegetables. You hear me out? We're cooking it all. It's so easy. We're cooking the ground beef, and now we're gonna cook the vegetables. I've got, I think I have about 2 onions and 1 orange and 1 yellow pepper. Guys, you don't have to use as much, but I'm using 2 pounds of ground beef, and I really like the veggies in my Philly cheesesteak. So we have melted butter, the onions, the peppers, and then guess what else? I'm gonna season it with the Taco Tuesday. It's so fast and easy. So we're just gonna season this just like we did the ground beef with some taco seasoning. And guys, if you're eating keto, what I recommend is that you fix this and then just eat it out of a bowl. I like to top mine off with a little hot sauce or some sour cream, but you just eat this right out of the bowl. It's got your meat, it's got your vegetables, it's delicious. Ricky is more low carb, and he loves the low carb Mission wraps, the Mission low carb tortilla wraps. So he actually likes to mix his or wrap his up in a wrap. If you want to do that, you go right ahead. You can do it either way. You can do it right out of a bowl with a little bit of hot sauce or sour cream, or just as it is, or you can wrap it up in a low carb tortilla. But I'm just seasoning these vegetables with that same Taco Tuesday seasoning. I'm gonna add a little butter because I think it needs a little bit more butter. I forgot how much I put in there. It's quite a bit of vegetables. And then guys, while this is cooking, I've got my oven turned on to 350. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook these vegetables. We're gonna mix it right up in this ground beef. We're gonna mix it together. And then we're gonna top it off with some provolone cheese. We're gonna put some provolone cheese right over this bake. We're gonna put it in the oven, let the cheese melt, and dinner is ready. So it's fast, easy, and delicious. And guys, I love fast, easy, delicious meals. How about you? If you love fast, easy, and delicious, give me some hearts. I'm super excited about 2023. We're already seeing great things here at my house. We already have our mind set to awesome things in 2023. And let's look and see what questions you guys have. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'd love to answer any questions you have about getting started. Like, let's throw your questions in there. I've been doing this for almost 5 years. So if you have questions that I don't know, I love to ask questions. So I have friends who have been doing this for 7 years that I can reach out to if I don't know the answers. But I like to just share my experience. We all have different experiences, and I'm not a physician, but I love to share my experiences and things I've learned through research and trial and error over the last 4.5 years that I've been doing this. So any questions you have, put them in the comments now. I'm going to take some time to answer some questions for you guys. That's one thing I like to do in my live videos, is I like to get the dinner going, answer questions. If I have time, we actually will finish out the entire dinner and you'll see it just like you did last night. But this time we're going to mix it and put it in the oven. So guys, as it's cooking in the oven, unless you just have thousands of questions for me, we're not going to just sit here and chit chat. I'm going to answer your questions and then we're going to move on. I post all of my meals every single night on the page. So this is a live video. The recipe is actually going to be in this post as soon as I finish. But then later you can come back to my page and see the completed meal posted with the recipe again. So let me know what questions you have. I'm fixing to turn this camera around over here on the island so I can see a little better. We're just letting these vegetables cook. I've got a red pepper, an orange pepper, you can use whatever peppers you want, and an onion. And it's just sauteing over here in some butter, seasoned with our taco seasoning. We've got our ground beef already seasoned up. And I apologize, you just have to look at this hot mess today because it has been pouring down rain. And I just woke up this morning and said, ain't gonna do it. And it's been a hot mess all day. So you'll just have to keep looking at this hot mess while we finish out questions and answers. So let's see what you got, guys. I'm so excited to help you. Again, if you're new to my page, or maybe you have been watching for a little while, but you've never asked me for getting started tips, I would love to send it to you. So just put getting started in the comments if that's something you're interested in. Carol's not new. No, she's not. Carol's been following for a while, and I sure appreciate you and everyone else. I see Maggie on here's been following a while. Kathy. Hey, guys. Thank you, Janice. I sure appreciate you, from Indiana. I know Francis is not brand new. Hey, Anna, how are you? Anna needs a restart. Well, Anna, the awesome thing is you literally can pick up and restart at any moment. You just have to, again, like I talked about yesterday, set the mind, because the mind is a very powerful thing. It doesn't control you necessarily, but your mind is a really strong muscle. Like our brain is the strongest muscle in our body. So we have to set our mind to say, okay, you don't have to be perfect. Please don't think you have to be perfect. You don't have to have everything bought in your kitchen. You don't have to have everything you need. But you have to get that mindset going. So what are you going to do to restart? Are you going to drink lots more water? Are you going to start eating low carb? Are you going to start counting carbs? Like, what are you going to do to restart? And if you need getting started tips again, if you didn't get them before, let me know. Or maybe you just need them because it's been a while. And literally you pick right up where you originally started and you just go. And guys, I was talking to one of my friends this morning at work. And the awesome thing about any kind of healthy change is just the day to day. There is no such thing as perfection. And if you look at, I've got to lose 75 pounds and you think you're going to lose it in 5 months, that's not going to happen. But if you just focus on, oh my gosh, I've got to lose 75 pounds, I've got to lose 75 pounds, you're going to feel so defeated right off the bat because it may take a while to lose 75 pounds. But guess what? If you start today creating better, healthier habits, that 75 pounds is coming. And when you hit the 5 and you hit the 10 and you hit the 15, like you feel so energized and excited because yes, you know you want to lose 75 pounds, but you're not focused on that big number right up front. So guys, let me know if you need getting started tips, whether you're new to the page or it's been a while and you haven't looked over those in a long time. I'd love to send you some getting started tips. Yes, Karen, I love Keto Nat. And our New Year's sale is over, but we still have sales for new customers. So if you need that, just let me know and I'll send you some information. On the tail end of the 60-hour fast. Yes, yes, yes. I know you're feeling great, Eric. Why does Google say that gnats are not good for you because of so much sodium? Because I just ordered some and really want to drink them. Lori, don't worry about Google in this case. If you're going to research, make sure you read lots of articles. There are so many articles on everything. Guys, think about this. If you Google eggs, one article is going to say you shouldn't eat eggs. The next article is going to say, oh my gosh, eggs has the most healthiest fat ever. Another article is going to tell you, about your children, like your children shouldn't sleep on their back. And then the next article says you should always sleep on your side. So if you're going to research, make sure you read more than one article. There is lots of things out there. But the keto nats do have sodium in them, but it's minerals, just like the pink salt that we're putting in our foods. It has minerals that the ketones are combined to, so that when you drink them, it digests into your system through those minerals. So it's not like a white table salt. It is sodium, just like your pink Himalayan salt that we use in our foods. So don't be hung up on a Google search. Just make sure you research. And I would love to answer any questions you have. So any questions you guys have, put it in here. Let's see, today's challenge, cook and speak, but you, Okay, hang on a minute. I don't know what that says. Today's challenge, cook and speak, but you, I don't know what that says. I'm sorry, I don't know what that says, but if it turns into something that we all don't like, I will ban that. So guys, if you're new to my page, I want to make sure you know that there are people out there on the internet that just comment and they really make some ugly comments. Let's don't give that energy. What I do is I ban those people. I'm not saying this person is. I'm just saying I just reminded me, and I want to make sure everyone who's new to my page knows that there's just people out there. And we can't control who watches and who comments, but I promise you if there's something gross or negative, I ban them. Let's don't give them energy because that's what they want, right? So let's just ignore it. You keep on your questions. Let's have a good conversation. Do you take Mitoplex every day? I sure do, Sharon. Mitoplex is our upgraded electrolyte. It is delicious. I'm sorry, those upgraded electrolytes are amazing. Not only do they help you with hydration, the Mitoplex specifically, but it also has vitamin D3 for bone growth, cognitive health, cardiovascular health. There's so many ingredients in it that's so much more than like a sports drink or an electrolyte you can buy at Walmart. So yes, I love my Mitoplex and I have one every single morning. I apologize, I just fell this over. Hey Rosalie, is there such a thing of drinking too much? Well, Rosalie, most people do not drink enough. There probably is such a thing of just drinking and drinking and drinking, and your body getting well hydrated. like overly hydrated, but most people don't drink enough, so I would not be concerned of that. I'm assuming you're talking about fluids in general, right, Rosalie? If not, update your question. As far as fluid goes, guys, we need to make sure that we're setting a standard for ourselves. Everything you read, if you do a lot of Google searches, most every article will tell you that the goal that you should set for yourself as far as water. Now we're talking water. Now, when you're drinking Keto Nat, guys, this is the Keto Nat if you haven't seen it. When you're drinking Keto Nat, that water counts towards water because that's just clean fuel. There's nothing in it that is going to distract the actual fluid intake, the water. But when you're looking at your goals, what you want to do is take your body weight. So take your body weight, divide it by 2. Whatever that number is, divide that by 8 ounces. And that's how many glasses of water you should have in a day. Now, if it exceeds a gallon, you can stop at a gallon because we're all at different levels and different health journeys. But that's really what you need to do to set the goal and the standard for yourself is to take your body weight. So if it's 140, divide that by 2. Whatever that is, divide that by 8 for 8-ounce glasses. And that tells you how many glasses of water you should have. Kelly, getting started. I did keto a couple of years ago and had great success. I've had a hard time refocusing. Well, I would love to help you, Kelly, because the way I live my keto lifestyle is super, super simple. Like, it is so simple. There's no complication at all. So I would love to send you some getting started tips. Oh my goodness, Maria is starting the reboot tomorrow. She's so excited. I'm excited for you. Bernie says, I love watching your meal planning. You make it simple. I'm a widow and live alone, so these meals are what I like to cook. That's awesome. Do you include your nats as water intake? Yes, Cynthia, I just answered that question. Great minds think alike. So yes, that can count as your water intake. And so can black coffee. And so can unsweet tea. I see lots of requests for getting started tips. I would love to help you guys. How many carbs can you have a day? That's a great question, Edith. Any questions you guys have, put them in the comments. Anybody who's curious about how to get started or you just have questions in general, put them in the comments so we can have some good Q&A tonight. That's an excellent question. So, Edith, it depends on what your goal is. So if your goal is to eat low carb, look how beautiful these are. I mean, that looks good. I'm going to keep on cooking them because I want them pretty much done. The only thing we're going to do in the oven is melt our cheese because this is a Philly cheesesteak. So I really want to cook these vegetables down really soft. So Edith, again, it really depends on your goal. If your goal is to lower your carb intake and eat a low carb diet, most people will tell you that anywhere from 50 to 150 carbs a day is considered low carb. If you want to eat keto, which there's a difference, and I'm going to go ahead and explain it. If you want to eat keto, it's 25 net carbs or less per day. So what is the difference between low carb and keto would be the next question most people ask. Low carb is eating low carb. Your body has lots of benefits. Your health has lots of benefits, and I promote both. If you're going for low carb, I'm cheering you on. That's an excellent choice. If you're going for keto, excellent choice. I love keto. But it really depends on what your goals are. The difference in low carb and keto specifically is the carb count. And if you lower your carb counts down so low or low enough, your body eats through the glycogen. When I say eat through, I'm talking about it uses that glycogen, which is glucose. It uses that glycogen as energy. And when it runs out, your body has to have fuel, right? You have to have fuel to blink your eyes, to pump your heart, to think, to sleep, to talk, to breathe. You have to have fuel. So if you lower your carb count so low, your body's going to use up all the glycogen, sugar, glucose, and then it has to have fuel, so your body will create ketones. So we're talking about ketones. We drink ketones. I love to drink ketones. Our body can also produce ketones if we keep our focus on carbs and keep them so low that your body runs out of fuel. It will create its own ketones. The awesome thing about these ketones is they are bioidentical to what our body makes. So what I make in my keto diet, my body makes, I can also drink through this supplement. Prove It's Keto Nat, the only bioidentical ketone on the market. Now, why in the world would you want to drink this if you're eating keto? I'll tell you why. I love keto and I eat keto all the time, but I love these drinks because they make it easier. They make me not have to focus so hard on food when I'm crazy busy like today or I'm exhausted. You know, it just really helps. It also actually keeps your body in ketosis longer It actually gets you deeper in ketosis. And it just makes it so you don't have to focus on a diet. You can actually eat low carb and drink ketones and be in ketosis. You can drink ketones without any diet and be in ketosis. Maybe not as long as someone else, but you will be in ketosis too. So I hope that answered your question, Edith. I know it was a little much. All right. I would suggest talking to your doctor too if you're worried. Of course, guys, always. I'm not a physician. I started the video right off with that. Thank you for reminding me, Kathy. I started the video right off with that. I love to share my experience. I love to share what I've learned over the last 4.5 years, but I'm not a physician. So if you have a specific health condition or disease that you're curious about, ask your doctor. However, know this, most doctors do not understand what keto is. They hear the buzzword keto and they're like, no, because they haven't researched themselves. They don't have time to research themselves. So if you're going to ask your doctor and they 100% say no with no explanation, no education, no reasoning, then look for a doctor who is well versed in keto or low carb living, because there are a lot of them out there. This is major. This is changing lives. And there are a lot of doctors catching on, and they're doing their own research, because I will tell you, I am friends with a lot of doctors. Doctors do not get education on nutrition except for one class in their original studies, and that's it. After they become a doctor, they don't ever have to get updated in nutrition, ever. The only ones who do are the ones that want to. And doctors are busy. Like, they don't have time to keep themselves educated in everything. So just be cautious of that. You guys know your disease. Your doctor knows your history. Do not be afraid to ask your doctors questions. Make sure they explain to you, though. If they say flat no, let them explain to you why the answer is no. And if they can't, then ask questions and look for doctors. And you don't have to change doctors, but there's doctors out there. I know doctors that are constantly researching. So let me know if I can help. Gary says, I know you ordered the pan for your air fryer on Amazon. I need one for mine. What do you look for? Gary, or Kathy, I don't know if this is Gary or Kathy. What I did in my Amazon search bar is I just searched for non-stick air fryer pan for Cuisinart, because I've got a Cuisinart air fryer. That's all I did, and they populated up, and then it told you what pan fits what model. My darn camera stand's driving me crazy here. I'm trying to move it too much. So that's how I found mine, Kathy. Can you drink Propel? I'm not necessarily opposed or against it. Just look at the ingredients. There are so many water supplements out there that are just full of junk. So there's really nothing special about them. You really need water. Like, guys, everybody needs water. I love my ketones. I drink 2 a day, but I still have a lot of water. Like, we really need good, clean water. So there's nothing that can replace that. Now, Propel every once in a while or once a day, you know, look at your ingredients. Like, there's so many hidden sugars, and I haven't looked at a Propel in a long, long time. Let's see. Let's see. I've been following you for a year. I've been bad. I'm starting over. I'm glad you love the nat drinks. I know you ordered them. Okay. Let me look at the next question. Hey, Julia. Can you just drink 1 nat a day and lose weight? I'm trying to figure out the easiest way to do this. What do I need to take to lose weight? Lori, if you're drinking ketones, specifically this ketone, you can drink 1 a day, or you can drink 2 a day, or you can drink more. Most of my friends drink 1 a day, and they see great success, and they feel great. I personally like 2 a day because I love them. Like, I crave them in the afternoons. And I have a very stressful job. So me having them in the afternoons, like today, I had one right in the afternoon. I was like, oh my gosh, I have got to sit here and I've got to focus. And those ketones put me in ketosis, give me that extra focus. So I love 2 a day, but you're not required to have 2 a day. Absolutely not. Let's see. What about being type 2 diabetic? Great question, Charlotte. I have tons of diabetics following a low carb and keto diet. My mom is type 2. My sister-in-law is type 1. Now, my sister-in-law eats low carb. She does not eat keto. She eats low carb, but she does drink ketones. She's stable in her type 1 diabetic, but she does wear an insulin pump. And again, if you're type 1, surely you're monitoring your blood sugars and doing what you're supposed to do, because type 1 diabetes is much more dangerous than type 2. But I have tons of diabetics who are following low carb and keto diets because it really is great for sugar. For diabetes, you need to take the sugar out. Cindy says, because of Amy, I lost weight and have an A1C down 2 percentages. That is awesome. Cindy, I'm so happy for you. So happy. So glad I explained the keto and low carb diet. What water has almost taken over as my favorite drink. It 100% is my favorite too. I haven't had a cola in like probably 15 years. Like I cut that stuff out so many years ago, so it's no problem for me at all to drink water all day. So this is the way both got me so far. All right. Oh my gosh, I got down to the bottom. Sugar. Okay, Nancy says Propel has sugar in it. I haven't looked at Propel in a long time. So no. Regina, these do not speed your heart. They are clean fuel, clean ketones. Now I've sold thousands of these, guys. I've had maybe 5 or 6 people come back and tell me that they felt like their hearts were racing, but they checked it out with their physicians. Their physicians gave them the okay to continue, and whatever that feeling was went away. They're not made to do that. Oh, let me show you what I'm doing first. I was supposed to do it without showing you. All right, so I've got my Philly cheesesteak ready. I've got my ground beef seasoned with Taco Tuesday Flavor God seasoning. You don't have to use that, but any kind of taco or fajita seasoning. I've got my vegetables. I've got a red and an orange pepper and an onion. I cook them in butter, and I also season them with the taco seasoning. I'm just adding a little bit more taco because I didn't taste. And then we're fixing to mix all of this together. We're going to top it off with some provolone cheese. And then we're going to put it in the oven on 350 for about 20 minutes or so, just until the cheese melts. All of this is good. All of this is cooked. Look how beautiful this plate is, y'all. I love fast, easy, delicious, low-carb and keto dinners. We're just going to mix these peppers up with this ground beef. This ground beef has been sitting, so it's cooled off some, but these hot peppers are fixing to warm it right back up. We're going to top it off with some provolone cheese, and we're going to put it in the microwave. We're going to put it in the oven on 350. Now, if you don't want to use provolone, you don't have to. It's Philly cheesesteak, so provolone is just the go-to cheese for Philly cheesesteak. But you can also use mozzarella, because I've done that plenty of times where I forgot to pick up provolone. And when I buy provolone, I only buy like 12 slices, because it's going to waste if you buy more than that, or it will at my house, because we don't eat provolone all the time. But you can also use mozzarella cheese on this as well. Now, tell me this doesn't look beautiful. Tell me that is not pretty. That is just beautiful right there, right? Y'all give me some hearts. That looks really, really good. And then we're going to add some provolone cheese to the top of it and stick in the oven. So it looks like I got all the way down to all of the questions answered. Oh, no I don't. I got some new ones. All right, let's see. Janet says she is low carb, but she drinks Nat to help control her cravings and she doesn't overeat. That's awesome, Janet. Rita says she is type 2 and she has to stay on low carb diet, very hard at times. Connie said, my yearly checkup, my cholesterol had spiked. Oh, Connie, is this the first time you've had a yearly checkup? And did your doctor suggest you come back in 6 months to recheck? Most doctors don't. They just want to check annually. If you're newer to changing your lifestyle, your body goes through transition. So sometimes it can affect your cholesterol. Most all of my friends, guys, who have been doing this, always stabilize. I did too, stabilize. Just because you have higher cholesterol one time, and also, was it your total cholesterol? Or was it the good or bad cholesterol? Like what? Give me some more specifics. I'm not a physician, but just because your total cholesterol goes up does not mean a whole lot of nothing. All right, here we go. And put this in. Now let me preference all that by saying cholesterol is important, guys. I'm not, just because I'm saying it's okay, it doesn't mean it's okay. I'm just saying, is this the first time you've had an annual checkup? Has it increased a lot? You said it spiked. Was it your total cholesterol? Was it your LDL? Was it HDL? Like what was it? What did your doctor tell you to do? What advice did they give you? I would always recommend you stay off the red meat for a little bit. So go to chicken, go to turkey, go to chicken, turkey, trying to think of what else. Just kind of get away from the red meat for a little while. If you're using a lot of heavy cream, maybe back off for a little bit. But everybody I've worked with, their cholesterol stabilizes every single time. I've not had anybody have to come off the recommendations I set because of cholesterol. Drink one every morning. Haven't had soft drink in almost 2 years. That's awesome, Carol. Cindy says she has us beat. She has not had a cola in 46 years. Wow, that is awesome. She has water or unsweet tea. Water and unsweet tea for Carol too. Could you please post Ricky's seasoning recipe? I would love to give you that, Kathy. Let me just read it to you. Is that okay? Can I read it to you guys? Let me find my little notebook. I think I had it up. Here it is. I got it right here in my handy dandy notebook. I keep it very close because we love this seasoning. This is something Ricky put together a long time ago. So if you guys are ready, grab a pen. I'm going to answer some more questions while you grab a pen. Yes, Regina, we have samples of the Keto Nat. If you want information on the Keto Nat only, just put Nat in the comments, N-A-T. Bonnie said we had to stop alcohol. Well, hang on. How do we stop alcohol craving? I mean, like margarita sometimes. Well, Bonnie, every once in a while, I personally don't see a problem with it. Not margaritas necessarily if you're trying to get rid of sugar, but send me a private message so we can talk, Bonnie, I'm sorry. Fish, yes, Nancy. You can go back to chicken, turkey, or fish. Connie says, no, I go every year, but I was like, well, y'all recommend low-carb keto. She said bad cholesterol, and I'm not sure, but I did cut back on red meat and the cream. Okay, you already did or you're going to, Connie? My goal is to lose weight and get off some of my medication. Oh, yes, Casey, that makes me excited for you. All right, guys, if you're ready, here's Ricky's seasoning. We love to put this on pork chops. We love to put this on steaks. We love to put this on pretty much anything. It's so yummy. What else did pork steaks are just so delicious on pork steaks. I actually even put it on hamburgers a couple of times. This is the seasoning. You guys ready? You just mix these things together and you can double it, you can triple it. I actually put it in the little shaker thing I bought at Walmart. So I don't fix a whole lot, but when I do fix it, I just mix up my own little shaker. I bought this at Walmart for like $3. And this is it. You do 2 teaspoons of brown swerve. So sugar replacement, swerve brown sugar. You can actually leave the brown sugar completely out and it's just as good. But if you want a little sweetness to it, 2 teaspoons of swerve brown sugar. Now guys, if you know you're not going to use it, leave it out. Just leave it out because you don't want to buy the bag just for the seasoning mix. So 2 teaspoons of swerve brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, a 4th teaspoon of the rest of these, a 4th teaspoon of garlic salt, 4th teaspoon of garlic powder, 4th teaspoon of onion powder, 4th teaspoon of turmeric, and the last thing, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. I'm going to go over this again. So I know I talk fast. If you got your pen and paper out, if you don't use swerve brown sugar, don't buy it special for this seasoning because it really is good without it. I sometimes mix with and without. If I'm low on my brown sugar, I don't just buy a new one just to make this seasoning mix. So here it is. Here it is again. 2 teaspoons of swerve brown sugar. You can omit if you want. 2 teaspoons of salt. 1 teaspoon of pepper. And then we got 4th teaspoons of the next several things. A 4th teaspoon of garlic salt, 4th teaspoon of garlic powder, 4th teaspoon of onion powder, 4th teaspoon of turmeric, and then the last thing, a 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. Guys, it's so yummy. Just mix it up and season. Ooh, it's so yummy. It's so yummy. We really enjoy it. All right, so we have made our dish tonight. It's in the oven, just getting ooey gooey. The recipe is going to be in this post. I think I got down to all of your questions, guys. I hope I did. It looks like I'm down to the bottom. Connie says, I did. I go to the doctor in a couple of months again for a checkup. I'm loving this program, not stopping for sure. Well, Connie, listen to your doctor, though. Just let them know what you're doing. The doctor may have some advice for you. Do you have a history, like family history of high cholesterol? Is this just something have you ever dealt with it before? There's some questions they should ask. Family history of cholesterol is definitely in our family. I've never had low cholesterol, but I've never had high cholesterol. When I was a little bitty girl, my mom used to have to use the egg beaters and turkey bacon when I was a little girl because my cholesterol was high. It's just a part of our family history. But mine has 100% leveled off. It's perfect now. Most everybody I work with, it always levels out. But listen to your doctor. Just take the advice. Let them know what you're eating. Take their advice on what they think you should do a little differently. I'd love to help you too, Connie. So when you go back, keep me updated, okay? Just send me a personal message so we can keep chatting. When is the best time to drink your nap? Before eating, after eating, or with a meal? Ooh, that's a great question, Trish. So I personally recommend if you're drinking one a day, drink it in the morning to start your day. So drink this in replacement of breakfast. Now, it's not a meal replacement, but if you drink this at 8 a.m. instead of eating breakfast at 8 a.m., you're going to be put in ketosis. You're going to feel amazing. You're going to have appetite control and energy, and you're going to have so much appetite control that you're not going to be hungry for breakfast until later in the day. So I would always say if you're drinking one a day, drink this in replacement of breakfast. It's the best way to start your day is with ketones. Oh, yes, Connie. You know I love that grilled cheese and tomato soup. The last ingredient of that seasoning was a half teaspoon of paprika. Half teaspoon of paprika. All right, guys, I got to the bottom. Thank you so much for watching. If I've been able to help to you at all, please share this video. I want to make sure that we're all sharing the videos this year to make sure we're reaching as many people as possible. All of you guys that have been doing this, you know this is just an amazing, simple way to get in the best health, so much better health than you've been in years. Make sure you share these videos so that we can reach mass numbers of people and just help as many families as we can. That's the goal of this page, is to help as many possible people as I can. So make sure you share these videos. And guys, if you need those getting started tips, put getting started in the comments and I will send you some simple tips to get you started in 2023. And if you're already been following my page, I haven't changed anything. It's the same tips you got 2 years ago. I'm still doing the exact same thing and seeing great success. All right, guys, gotta go. Bye.